or pipeline for youth talent. If I were to think about the competitive edge that we had in the United States that allowed us to win 2015 and 2019 World Cups, all of the players came through the college system. We had a competitive advantage because of Title IX that allowed there to be resources in college for women athletes that weren't available to any other country. I think that you know, at the highest level, at the most zoomed out perspective, like that's what allowed us to be dominant. And as the NWSL has grown in professionalism and infrastructure and resource and investment, I don't know how it happened, but we started shifting out of the college pipeline and into an NWSL pipeline. And I think college has like a legacy, you know, you have decades, you have tenured coaches, right? Like there's just so much stability there. And in the NWSL, we still very few teams have developmental teams or U20 teams and some of the things that are really, really important for young players. And so I think in a lot of ways, the shift scares me because I want to make sure that our young players, you know, the 18, 20-year-old players that I do share a locker room with and I do share the field with have all the things that they need to develop as full humans, not just as soccer players. And I am excited about the Angel City project because I know that they have that in mind long term, and it's not something we can create overnight, an academy system, for example. But I think what we do have in our locker room that's special is a desire for us all to help each other and mentorship and teamwork that I think is special and rare and that you can't really buy. It is just created. And I think a lot of that was created because of what it stands for to play for this particular club. So probably my favorite part of my 2024 season was getting to work with our young players and, you know, players that I think, how old were they in 2015? Like, you know what I mean? Like they were kids when we won that World Cup. And so it's a crazy thing when you're twice the age of someone on this person next to you in the locker room, right? But getting to say to these players, this is what I did that worked for me. Now make it better, do it better. And that's on and off the field. So there's mentality, and I've had the privilege of being in winning cultures and winning myself and being around winners. So it's mentality, it's professionalism that I was taught in college that these girls aren't going to be taught in college. But it's also technique. It's also like, this is how I score goals. I want to see a player come through that scores the way I score, which I have a very specific thought in my mind of how I score goals, but they do it way better than me. That's what I want to see. I want to see the next crop of players that is just technically superior, that is, you know, fitter, stronger, more, you know, all the things. But I actually just want to see the football just get to the next level. And I'm excited for that. And in our particular locker room, we have so much young talent, and you know, Alyssa and Giselle and Kennedy and Casey, they all have different strengths, and some of them I can relate to more because we have more similarity in our position or in our body type or in our mentality, but there's always something that we can give and receive. And the beauty of it, I think my favorite moment for the whole season last year was when Alyssa scored her first goal, and it was because goal scoring, people always think, oh, it's mental. And I swear to you, I thought it was technical. I thought she was taking a bad touch before she shot the ball. And I just told her that, and she changed her touch and she started scoring. And I like love that. Like, obviously Alyssa's a fantastic player. She would have found her way no matter what, but it's a cool thing to think about how something small in technique, then she had confidence. And so all those pieces go together. And that's what's beautiful about sport. I also know that Mark Parsons coming in will have an eye on development. I know that about him, and about the professionalism he brings into this environment, that we'll be able to create an environment that's individualized, for a veteran player like me and for a young player. And I think the main goal that we have, it is a rebuild year in a lot of ways for Angel City. We have a lot of new things, but I think the goal we have is that each of us are better players. And I think that's a beautiful goal.